already know I'm straight to the point, so here we go. This video will be about, guys, trucking is a time-consuming industry. It consumes a lot of your time, and that's one thing that I'm realizing I really don't like. But while I'm doing it, I know it comes with the job. But trucking is definitely time-consuming. It requires a lot of your time if you're a driver. Not time if you own trucks. If you're one of the drivers that drive that truck, it consumes a lot of your time. And one thing I would say I don't like about the time-consuming part is a lot of the times the time-consuming part is beyond your control. Ain't got nothing to do with you. It's like other moving parts. Like right now I'm on this road right here. If there was an accident because one of these cars or one of these trucks decided to do something crazy, it caused an accident. Now their world just became our world. The road got to get shut down because of that. Now we shut down because of the accident, because of what somebody did. That's your time being consumed by somebody else's error, possibly. But that happens every now and again. But the part that's getting me is like when you go to a dock or a customer and they hold you up, they tell you, oh, it's gonna be a 2-hour wait, or 3 hours before you stop paying attention. And they hold you there, Now, don't get me wrong, 2 hours, I could do it. 2 hours, I'll give it 2 hours. It happens. I don't like it, but I know sometimes some customers, they take 2 hours. But just get me out of there 2 hours. I went to this one customer one time, and I was there for 6 hours. I told them, I said, hey, look, man, y'all been having the trailer on y'all hands. Your boy finna leave. You can't leave the trailer here. Watch my smoke, buddy. If I ain't out here in 15, 20 minutes, either you unload the box. What they did was, they loaded like 3 pallets on the trailer, so I wouldn't move. And they had the rest of the work ready, so they just held me there with the 3 pallets. Either y'all gonna move these 3 pallets off of this trailer, or y'all gonna have a trailer stuck in y'all dock door. One or two. That's what I'm saying. So stuff like that, guys. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I keep a couple duckies in my pocket, man. When I go to a dock or something, I'll catch the dock guy, like, hey man, what's the load time here? Usually unload time. Oh man, well, it depends on the guys, but whatever. I'm like, man, hold on, guys. Let me move over real quick. Let's let this house back real quick. Hold on. I freaking a house coming back to me. This guy rolling with that house. When these guys come back, try to ease over something, man, get them guys more room, man. You rolling, man. Rolling hard with that house. Half a house, what do you call that? I don't know what that is. But yeah, but like, besides the fact you can call up at docks and the rail yards, oh man, I ain't gonna lie, that's a whole different subject. So many ways you can lose your time in the rail yard. But the part that get me in the rail yards is waiting on the crane guys or incompetent people that do things that make your job a lot harder. That's the part that get me. Like this morning, for example, and this causes time consuming. It causes a lot of time to be consumed by this. So this morning, I go to this rail yard all the time. Most of the boxes is usually on the ground. 99.5 times out of 10, the box is on the ground. So I said, you know what? I looked on the work order and said I could take a private chassis in there. You could go on either a rail pool chassis or a private chassis. So I said, I'm gonna go get a private chassis before I go in there. That way, I can have less smoke when I get in there. I get in there. At 0.5% of the chance it happens, guys. I get there, my box is on the chassis, right? I'm like, okay, what's the chances of this? But now I got a chassis on my back, So you either get a flip, and they have to pay for a flip. You come with a chassis, and it's already on a rail, the right chassis. They have to pay for a flip, and they not trying to do that. So what I had to do is I had to get rid of my chassis. But before I did that, that was one situation. The second situation was when I said incompetent people sometimes, or negligent people, the people that move the boxes around, they're supposed to put a move on it or log it. They didn't log the moves, I guess, over the last couple of days. So now, like I would say about a good 40% of the drivers that was in there didn't have a location on their boxes. And it says it's on wheels. So I put it on wheels, but they didn't put a location where it was at. Where they said it was supposed to be. It wasn't there. So now I had to drive around. So what I did was I drove around with the chassis on my back. I didn't want to get rid of my chassis until I had a visual that it was actually on the chassis and not on the ground. So once I finally found it, I had driven the whole yard, I finally found it. Before I found it, I asked the inventory guy, like, hey, well, you help me find this box. He looked at me, you could tell he was having a bad day. He was like, man, get in line. It's like 5 guys are trying to find their boxes for right now. So I wish I could help you, man, but you're on your own, buddy. I was like, I get it. You can look at somebody and tell when they kind of at their limit. He was at his limit. He was all stressed out, man. He was stressed out enough, too. I was stressed. It was a stressful situation. So I ended up finding the box on my own. I got rid of the chassis. Now that right there, the box not being put in the computer to move, it could have been a mistake, but it cost me time, or another driver time, or the other driver's time, because somebody didn't do their part of their job. That's the part that I don't like that causes me to lose time. Now, if I go to a rail yard and I got to fix a chassis or something, that's time consuming, but at least I'm able to fix it myself. The faster I get it done, the faster I get out of it if I'm doing it myself. We got to wait on other people, and other people just don't care about your time. Oh man, that gets my eye, man. That really gets my eye, man. Like, I try to throw them a couple dollars, man. Here, they pay for your troubles, man. The kids get me out of here, man. Like when them dock guys, I'm gonna throw them a couple dollars, man. Like, man, I know you're doing your job, man. But hell, hey, man, here's some lunch money, man. Here's some kids pamper, some diaper money, man. I don't know. Just get me out of here, man, please. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, you know. But I try to get out of there. But yeah, so guys, also when I bought my truck, it was a guy, it was an older guy. You can tell this guy been driving at least 40 years. He might not been driving that long, but I'm assuming it's been 40 years. And he said, hey, that's your truck right there? I said, yeah, that's my truck. I'm buying it right now, man. Well, you know, telling them I'm going through a program where they lease me a truck or whatever. He's like, hey, man, you got a family? I was like, yeah, I got a family. He said, well, you must say goodbye to your family and meet your new wife. And he pointed to my truck. I said, not me, man. Not this guy. So in case somebody was wondering why I do rails, because it got you home every day. That's why I do it. So I told him, I said, no, not this guy. That's why I'm doing. That's why I'm doing the job I'm doing, so I can be home every day. Yeah, we still be a lot of time consumed in that truck. They just give me a heads up, that's all he said. Which I can respect that, you know what I'm saying? From old time. Shout out to the old time that was in there. But yeah, doing this job, guys, it makes you really it makes you appreciate time. Like, if you do an 8-hour day doing this job, you feel like you haven't worked. I know I do. Every time I do an 8-hour day and I get off with stuff going good and kind of okay or decent, smooth, I get off at decent time, I feel like I cheated myself. I feel like I cheated somebody somewhere. This trucking is an average about 12 hours, 14 hours a day. And you know, I hear some guys say that they rather get paid percentage, or they rather get paid hourly, or they rather get paid about a mile. You really break all that stuff down, guys, it requires your time. Now, I would rather get paid percentage, because now it's on me. The quicker I get this job done, the quicker I get my money, the quicker I go home. I found out the way that's set up too sometimes, guys, it don't always work out that way, man. You're gonna spend some time regardless. But anyway, I still choose percentage or flat rates over mileage or hourly. Hourly, you gotta be out there so many hours to make your money. You out there 4 hours, you only made, let's say you get paid $20 an hour, $30 an hour. 20 times 4 is what? 80 bucks? You only made 80 bucks for that day. You worked 8 hours, or you worked 4 hours, but you get paid 80 bucks. And then you gotta be out there a certain amount of money, a certain amount of time to make your money. You would get paid by the mile, so you gotta drive 2,000 miles, or 1,100 miles, or 900 miles. Then you gotta factor in the mileage, MPG, miles per hour, per state you run, rolling in or rolling through. It's still gonna require you a certain amount of time to do that run. Even if you speed, it requires a lot more time. So yeah, guys, one thing I would say about this business right here is that I don't like is the time consumption part. The time consumption part really gets my eye, but like I said, part of the job I'm doing. I try to save as much time as I could when I can doing this job, but sometimes, man, you just can't do it. It just requires you to be out there hours on end to get the job done. So that's what I was my little, I'm not gonna say a rant, but this is my thoughts on one thing I don't like about the trucking industry. That's time consuming part. I don't like that at all. But it's become with the job. It's the job we do, and you gotta deal with it. So you want to become a trucker if you ain't a trucker already. Now if you're young, you know, you look at you adventurous, no family, you want to get out there and burn up the road. Hey man, there's plenty of road out here to burn up. Plenty of it out here for you to burn up, man. You know, when you're older, your kids are grown, or the old lady or the old man nagging you at the crib, you want to get out the house. They ain't going out there and burn up the road too. If you're in the middle somewhere where you value your time more than your money, more than just money, that's what it kind of like, it'll bother a person like that, which is me. But anyway, I'm doing it because this is what I'm doing. But time consuming part is something I don't like about the industry. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the little road view. I thought I'd do a little different right now. I do some road views sometimes, but you know, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. I just like let it ride. But I figured this right here would be a nice little ride, especially with the house in front of it. Some little visuals, you know. So with that being said, guys, alright YouTube. Hope this video is helpful. Give you a little understanding of what's going around here. I'll see you guys in the video. Peace.